Welcome back to Rare US Coins, the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of American coin collecting, hidden treasures, and valuable coins that you might just have sitting in your pocket change. If you're a collector, an investor, or simply someone curious about how ordinary-looking coins can be worth extraordinary amounts of money, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most fascinating and highly valuable Lincoln cents that has shocked the coin collecting world. Believe it or not, this tiny copper coin that most people overlook can actually be worth an astonishing market value of $585,340. Yes, you heard that right, a single 1-cent coin from 1981, specifically the Denver Mint mark version known as the 1981 Lincoln cent, has reached this massive valuation in the numismatic market. So how could something as small and common as a penny hold such an incredible value? Well, let's start with a little bit of history. The 1981 penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which was minted between 1959 and 2008. These coins feature the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. By 1981, the U.S. Mint was already preparing for a big change. The following year, in 1982, the composition of the penny shifted from being primarily made of copper to being mostly zinc with a thin copper coating. This change was due to rising copper prices. So the 1981 issues, including the Denver minted coins, were among the last full copper Lincoln cents. Most 1981 pennies are very common and usually only worth their face value or maybe a few cents in circulated condition. However, when it comes to coin collecting, rarity, condition, errors, and special characteristics can transform an everyday coin into a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's exactly what happened with this extraordinary 1-cent coin. The 1981 Lincoln cent that has been valued at over $500,000 was a stunning high-grade example, likely certified by a top grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Coins in flawless mint state condition, especially those graded MS68 or MS69, are exceedingly rare for this date. The higher the grade, the more collectors are willing to pay, because finding such a well-preserved coin is almost impossible after decades of circulation, but it doesn't stop there. Some 1981 pennies are known to have minting errors or striking anomalies. Error coins are like hidden gems because they are literally one-of-a-kind mistakes made at the mint. These errors can include things like double die obverse where the date or lettering looks doubled, off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, or even wrong planchet errors where the coin was struck on a metal blank intended for another denomination. Any of these unique traits can drive the value of a coin sky high. Now imagine a 1981 Lincoln cent that is both in flawless condition and possibly features a rare striking error. That combination of scarcity and perfection is what fuels the massive market value of over $585,000. Collectors with deep pockets and investors in rare coins are always willing to pay a premium for coins that stand out in history. What makes this even more fascinating is the idea that there could still be valuable 1981 pennies hiding in coin rolls, old jars, or forgotten collections. Many people still have pennies stored away without realizing the hidden fortune that might be inside. That's why coin hunting has become such an exciting hobby. Every coin you inspect is like opening a lottery ticket. Most of the time it's just an ordinary coin, but every once in a while, you might come across something extraordinary. So if you have old pennies at home, especially from the early 1980s, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. Check the date, check the mint mark, and if you find a 1981 take the time to examine its condition under good lighting. If the coin looks brand new, with sharp details and little to no wear, it could potentially be worth sending to a professional grading service. Who knows, you might be holding on to a small copper coin that's worth more than a luxury car or even a house. The beauty of coin collecting is that it connects history, art, and value all in one small piece of metal. Each coin tells a story of the time it was minted, the changes in materials, the errors that slipped through, and the collectors who treasure them decades later. The 1981 Lincoln cent valued at over $500,000 is a perfect example of how extraordinary discoveries can still be made in the world of numismatics. Before we wrap up, let's put this into perspective. Imagine walking down the street and finding a penny on the ground. Most people wouldn't even bother picking it up. But what if that penny was worth more than $500,000? That's the magic of rare coins. They remind us that sometimes the most ordinary things can hold extraordinary value, if only we take the time to look closely. So there you have it, the amazing story of the 1981 D Lincoln cent with a market value of $585,340. Make sure to check your change, search through your coin jars, and keep your eyes open for hidden treasures. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to subscribe to Rare US Coins, hit the like button, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest uploads. We'll continue to share exciting discoveries, valuable tips, and fascinating stories from the world of numismatics. Thank you for watching, and remember, the next great coin discovery could be sitting in your pocket right now. The channel where we uncover the hidden treasures that might be sitting right inside your pocket change. Today's video is going to be absolutely incredible because we are diving deep into a very special 1-cent coin from the year 1996 that carries a jaw-dropping market value of up to $585,339. Yes, you heard that right, over $500,000 for a single penny. Now, before we get into the details of why this coin is worth so much and what exactly makes it valuable, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on discovering what rare coins could be hiding in your own home. Every week here on Rare US Coins we bring you fascinating stories, expert tips, and real market values of coins that can change your financial life. Let's talk about the 1996 1-cent coin. At first glance it might look like any other ordinary penny featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. Millions of these were minted in 1996, so most people assume that all of them are common pocket change. But here's the twist. Certain rare mint errors and unique varieties from this year can transform a simple coin into a life-changing jackpot. Collectors and investors are always hunting for these rare varieties and are willing to pay enormous sums to add them to their collections. So what makes a 1996 penny worth as much as $585,339? The answer lies in several key factors. First, mint errors. A double die obverse, for example, where the inscriptions like the word liberty or the motto "In God We Trust" appear doubled, can drive up the value tremendously. If you hold your coin under a magnifying glass and see clear doubling on the lettering or numbers, you may be looking at a fortune. Second, condition. A coin graded in mint state condition, meaning it has been preserved without scratches, wear, or discoloration, will always bring the highest bids at auctions. Third, rarity. If only a few examples of a certain error exist, collectors will compete fiercely, skyrocketing the price. Now imagine someone picking up a handful of change from their wallet, spotting a slightly unusual 1996 penny, and later discovering it is one of the rarest coins ever minted. That single coin could cover a new car, pay off a house, or even build an entire retirement fund. This is exactly why numismatics, the hobby of coin collecting, is not just exciting but potentially very rewarding. But how do you know if your coin is valuable? Start by checking the mint mark located right below the year. A 1996 penny with a D for Denver or no mint mark for Philadelphia might have different varieties of errors. Next, examine the coin closely with proper lighting and magnification. Look for doubling, misaligned strikes, off-center errors, or even unusual colorations caused by incorrect planchets. Each of these details could be the difference between 1 cent and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors have already reported examples of 1996 pennies that sold for mind-blowing prices at coin shows and online auctions. What might look like a simple piece of copper-plated zinc can actually be one of the most valuable small coins ever discovered. The coin market is always evolving, and rare finds like these keep demand sky-high. So here's what you should do after watching this video. Go through your change jar, dig into your coin albums, or even check the pennies hiding in the drawers at home. You never know if you might have the golden ticket in the form of a rare 1996 1-cent coin. If you find one, make sure to have it authenticated and graded by a reputable service such as PCGS or NGC. Once certified, the coin's value will be recognized by collectors worldwide, making it easier to sell or auction for maximum profit. At Rare US Coins, our goal is to make sure you never overlook hidden treasures that could be life-changing. That is why we create these videos, to share the knowledge and passion for collecting rare coins while helping you discover the true value of your collection. Remember, even the smallest coin can hold the biggest surprises. Before we wrap up, let's recap. The 1996 1-cent coin might look ordinary, but rare error varieties can make it worth an astonishing $585,339. Check for doubling on the letters, inspect the coin's condition, look for unusual mint marks or errors, and never underestimate the power of a small piece of history. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Rare US Coins. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, and drop a comment below telling us if you have checked your 1996 pennies yet. Who knows, maybe your story will be the next big discovery featured on our channel. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and never stop believing that the next coin you find could change your life. This is Rare US Coins signing off, and I'll see you in the next video. Rare US Coin, the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of American coins, hidden treasures, and the incredible stories behind the money in your pocket. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on discovering valuable coins that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Today, we are going to talk about one of the most surprising coins in modern circulation. A coin that, at first glance, looks like just another penny you'd probably overlook or maybe even throw into a jar without thinking twice. But here's the twist. This particular coin, a 2016 1-cent piece, has been reported with a market value of over $585,338. That's right, more than $500,000 for just a penny. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, let's break down why some coins like this can reach such staggering amounts and what makes them so valuable to collectors. First, let's understand what makes any coin valuable. Most coins become rare and desirable because of a few key factors. Number 1 is mintage errors. When the US Mint produces millions or even billions of coins every year, mistakes are bound to happen. These mistakes could be off-center strikes, double dies, missing elements, or unusual metal compositions. To collectors, these errors transform an ordinary coin into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. And when collectors compete for ownership of these rare pieces, the prices skyrocket. Second is historical importance. Some coins are linked to significant events or transitions in US history, making them symbolic treasures. And then there's condition. Coins graded in pristine mint state condition can fetch values far above what a circulated version would ever bring. Now let's zoom in on the star of today's video, the 2016 1-cent Lincoln coin. At face value, it's worth only a penny. But some unique varieties of this year's coin have been recorded selling at astonishing prices. Imagine holding a single cent in your hand that collectors are willing to pay nearly $600,000 for. That's the kind of mind-blowing fact that makes coin collecting so exciting. But why the 2016 penny in particular? Well, this year is known among collectors for a number of unusual minting varieties. Some pennies show doubling on the lettering or images, while others have extremely rare die errors. A coin like this could be sitting right in your wallet, your coin jar, or even in the change you get back at a store. The crazy part is that most people have no idea. They'll toss it aside, completely unaware that they're holding a potential fortune. Imagine this for a second. You're paying for a coffee with loose change. You hand over a penny without thinking twice, and that penny turns out to be worth $585,338. Somebody else finds it, sends it to be graded, and suddenly they've turned your cent into life-changing money. That's why knowledge is power when it comes to rare coins. So how do you know if you've got a special 2016 penny in your hands? The first step is always to look closely. Check the lettering, check the date, and pay attention to any unusual markings. Errors are often tiny details, but they're the details that make all the difference. If you think you found something unusual, you can send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give your coin an official grade and confirm if it's truly a rare treasure. Now let's talk about the market value. When we say that a 2016 penny reached a value of $585,338, that number doesn't just come from thin air. It comes from actual collector markets, auctions, and private sales where the demand for rare coins pushes prices to extraordinary levels. Coin collecting has been around for centuries, and the thrill of discovering rare pieces keeps it alive and thriving. A coin like this is more than money. It's history, it's art, and it's a piece of American culture that collectors are willing to pay enormous sums to own. For those of you watching this video, this is your reminder to check your coins carefully. Don't overlook your change. Don't assume that a penny is just a penny. Because one day, you might be the person who stumbles upon a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And when that happens, your whole life could change overnight. Here at Rare US Coin, our mission is to help you learn what to look for, how to spot valuable coins,